the representatives of the people of the Argentine nation, assembled in General Constituent Congress by the will and election of the provinces which compose it, in fulfillment of pre-existing pacts, with the object of constituting the national union, ensuring justice, preserving domestic peace, providing for the common defense, promoting the general welfare, and securing the blessings of liberty to ourselves, to our posterity, and to all men in the world who wish to dwell on Argentine soil, invoking the protection of God, source of all reason and justice, do ordain, decree and establish this Constitution for the Argentine nation. Part 1 Chapter I Declarations, Rights and Guarantees Article 1 The Argentine nation adopts the federal, republican, representative form for its government, as established by the present Constitution. Article 2 The federal government supports the Roman Catholic Apostolic faith. Article 3 The authorities that direct the federal government reside in the city which is to be declared the capital of the Republic by a special law of Congress, after prior cession made by one or more provincial legislatures of the territory to be federalized. Article 4 The federal government provides for the nation's expenditures with national treasury funds made up of the proceeds of import and export duties, of the proceeds of the sale or lease of national lands, of post office revenues, of whatever other taxes the General Congress equitably and proportionally imposes upon the population, and of whatever loans and credit operations decreed by the same Congress for national exigencies or for undertakings of national utility. Article 5 Each province shall adopt for itself a constitution under the republican, representative system, in accordance with the principles, declarations, and guarantees of the national constitution, ensuring its administration of justice, municipal government, and elementary education. Under these conditions, the federal government guarantees to each province the enjoyment and exercise of its institutions. Article 6 The federal government may intervene in the territory of a province in order to guarantee the republican form of government or to repel foreign invasions, and, at the request of the province's appointed authorities, to support or re-establish them should they have been deposed by sedition or invasion from another province. Article 7 The public acts and judicial proceedings of one province enjoy full faith in the others, and Congress may, by general laws, determine what the evidentiary form of these acts and proceedings shall be, and the legal effects that they shall produce. Article 8 The citizens of each province enjoy all the rights, privileges, and immunities inherent to the status of citizen in the others. The extradition of criminals is a reciprocal obligation among all the provinces. Article 9 Throughout the territory of the nation there shall be no other custom houses than the national ones, which shall enforce the tariffs sanctioned by Congress. Article 10 The movement of goods of national production or manufacture is free from duties in the interior of the Republic, as is also that of goods and merchandise of all kinds once processed through the national custom houses. Article 11 Articles of national or foreign production or manufacture, as well as livestock of all kinds, that may pass through the territory of one province to another, shall be free from so-called transit duties, as shall the vehicles, ships or beasts on which they are transported, and no other duty, whatever its name may be, shall in the future be imposed on such movement for passage through the territory. Article 12 Ships bound from one province to another shall not be compelled to enter, anchor, or pay duties by reason of their transit. Trading laws or regulations shall not allow in any case the grant of preferences to one port over another. Article 13 New provinces may be admitted into the nation, but a province cannot be established in the territory of another or several, nor several combine into one, without the consent of the legislatures of the interested provinces and of Congress. Article 14 All inhabitants of the nation enjoy the following rights, in accordance with the laws that regulate their exercise, namely, of working in and practicing any lawful industry, of navigating and trading, of petitioning the authorities, of entering, remaining in, traveling through and leaving the Argentine territory, of publishing their ideas through the press without prior censorship, of using and disposing of their property, of associating for useful purposes, of freely practicing their religion, of teaching and learning. Article 14 Bis labor in its diverse forms shall enjoy the protection of the law, which shall ensure to workers dignified and equitable working conditions. A limited working day, paid days of rest and vacation, fair remuneration, adjustable minimum living wages, equal pay for equal work, a share in the earnings of enterprises, with control over production and collaboration in management, protection against arbitrary discharge, permanence of public employment, free and democratic organization of labor unions, recognized simply by inscription in a special register. Trade unions are hereby guaranteed the right to conclude collective bargaining agreements, the right to resort to conciliation and arbitration, the right to strike. Union representatives shall enjoy the guarantees necessary for the performance of their union tasks and those relating to the permanence of their employment. The state shall grant the benefits of Social Security, which shall be comprehensive and unwaivable. In particular, the law shall establish compulsory Social Security, which shall be under the charge of national or provincial entities having financial and economic autonomy, administered by the interested parties with state participation, but without the existence of overlapping contributions, adjustable retirement pay and pensions, full protection of the family, protection of the welfare of the family, economic compensation to families and access to decent housing. Article 15. In the Argentine nation there are no slaves. The few that exist today are free from the promulgation of this Constitution, and a special law shall regulate the indemnification arising from this declaration. Any contract of purchase and sale of persons is a crime for which those performing it, and the notary or official approving it, shall be responsible. And slaves, by whatever manner they may be introduced, shall be free by the mere act of setting foot in the territory of the Republic. Article 16. The Argentine nation does not allow prerogatives of blood or birth. In it there are no personal privileges, to special legal rules or courts, or titles of nobility. All its inhabitants are equal before the law, and admissible for public employment without any other requisite than fitness. Equality is the basis of taxation and of public charges. Article 17. Property is inviolable, and no inhabitant of the nation can be deprived thereof except by virtue of a judgment supported by law. Expropriation for reasons of public utility must be authorized by law and previously indemnified. Congress alone imposes the taxes mentioned in Article 4. No personal service can be required except by virtue of a law or a judgment supported by law. Every author or inventor is the exclusive owner of his work, invention or discovery for the term granted him by law. The confiscation of property is stricken out forever from the Argentine Penal Code. No armed body may make requisitions or demand assistance of any kind. Article 18. No inhabitant of the nation may be punished without prior trial based on a law in force prior to the offense, or tried by special commissions, or removed from the jurisdiction of the judges designated by the law in force prior to the offense. No one can be compelled to testify against himself, or be arrested except by virtue of a written order from a competent authority. The right to due process in the defense of the person and of rights is inviolable. The residence is inviolable, as are letters and private papers, and a law shall determine in what cases and for what reasons their search and seizure shall be allowed. The penalty of death for political offenses, all kinds of torture and flogging are forever abolished. The prisons of the nation shall be healthful and clean, for the custody and not for the punishment of prisoners confined therein, and any measure that under the pretext of precaution leads to mortifying them beyond what their custody demands, shall render liable the judge who authorizes it. Article 19. The private actions of men that in no way offend public order or morality, nor injure a third party, are reserved only to God, and are exempt from the authority of the magistrates. No inhabitant of the nation shall be compelled to do what the law does not order, or be deprived of what it does not forbid. Article 20. Foreigners enjoy in the territory of the nation all the civil rights of a citizen. They may engage in their industry, trade or profession, own, purchase or transfer real property, navigate the rivers and coasts, freely practice their religion, and make wills and marry in accordance with the laws. They are not obligated to assume citizenship, or to pay extraordinary compulsory taxes. They may obtain naturalization by residing 2 continuous years in the nation, but the authorities may shorten this term in favor of anyone so requesting, upon their asserting and proving services to the Republic.